Hello, I'm Sifu Matt Lovio, and I'm here to present to you my third video on my Chinese martial arts series of Hsing. This video, if you just were wondering what I just showed to you, this video will be based upon one of the first of the five elemental fist techniques, which is also another one of the very beginning foundations of the Chinese art of Hsing. Before you ever dare progress any further into the art, regardless of whether if your particular Hsing school practices Hsing pushing hands, which is known as Tui Shou, the two-man person fighting form, as well, and especially progressing, moving on to the linking chain, as well as the very first Wu Xing Chen, the five spirit fists, as well as also like the 12 fighting animals. You must first practice and learn the first five elemental fist techniques. But you'll hear me use that term, five elemental fist. In Hsing, again, varying upon Hsing school and Hsing instructor, they have different types of names for these five basic foundational techniques. Some Hsing schools may refer to it as, if you will, as the five elements. That's a very popular term for many Hsing practitioners. Others refer to it as the five treasures, the five paths, the five roads. The late great Hsing master known as Jiang Rangjiao, he referred to in his school of Hsing as the five fists of power. He had a very fancy, egregious name for his school. But to make life easier, I just call it as the five elemental fist. Makes life easier, and you'll hear me refer to that throughout this entire series. The five elemental fist being the middle element, or splitting fist, the drilling fist, or the water element, the wood element, or the crushing fist, sometimes also referred to as the bursting fist, the earth element, the fire element, referred to as the pounding fist, and last but not least, the earth element, also known as the crossing fist. With this video, I'll be obviously naturally presenting to you the very first of the five elemental fist, the middle element, or the splitting fist. What you saw me do earlier was the five elemental fist. The five element fist, known as the metal element, or the excuse me, if you will, the splitting fist. I'm going to go slower so you can see in better detail, hopefully better see like footwork and so forth. Just like in the first video. Up, gathered energy, press down, punch, and step out into the metal element bow. A bow, metal element stance, or Pingtian bow. And now from here, you notice I bring my arms together, my fists together like this, not touching, but close together. Gather the energy. I almost go like on a tippy toe, if you will, and punch and step out. Let's try that again. I'm sorry, I skipped a movement there, I goofed. Let's try that again. Up, press down, punch, step out, bring the fist together, and elemental fist. And then from here, same thing. Fist do not touch. The fists are not touching. They're close together, but not touching. Close, punch outward. Remember, it's not a back fist. It's again that diagonal punch. I don't ever do a back fist. Punch. And again, here's the metal element or splitting fist. Now, on this turn, please pay close attention that when I do this, if you will, usually you're supposed to do about maybe 4 to 5. I have to stop here due to the limitations of the camera angle. But from here, I'm going to take both my fists, and again, if you want, you can touch. Sometimes I touch, but try not to. Try to keep them. And the idea is it's supposed to be hovering just above your kidneys, if you will, as again, internal power, internal chi power. And also it's an easy point of reference where the eye, this is in Chinese Kung Fu, is referred to as the eye of the fist. If you want to touch, great, but you don't need to. Hovering over like the kidneys, if you will. And if you pay close attention to my feet, when I do this, notice the feet and my knees, they point like in a triangle. My feet make like a triangle, and my knees slightly bend. Not too much, but just enough where they bend and almost come together. They don't have to touch, mind you. It's a lot easier for you. Guys, you know what I'm talking about. But in case, again, they come like this, a triangle, like this. And then from here, my right arm, since I'm turning to my right arm, I'm going to turn and punch out. Not a back fist. It's not a back fist. Not like that, but punch out. And I step with my left foot forward. Let's try that again. And you can see pretty much for yourself how the form goes on from there. I'll demonstrate the form one more time and then elaborate on you about this foundation technique. If you notice, when I do the turn, I try to make sure that I make a triangular formation and I punch outward, facing. I don't go like this, punching like this to my side, as if I'm punching to my side and then step out. No. I turn my hips so I can, when I do the punch, I'm facing of where I'm punching. I don't go like this where I punch sideways like this, but I face punch and then step forward with my left leg. Now, with this particular type of element, I'm sorry, I wasn't able to elaborate on the second video of the Hsing series of the Pingtian bow stance, or the basic fundamental techniques and the basic essences of the art of Hsing. As again, although the art of Hsing is said to be only one method, one system. That's it. Although there's different methods: the Shanzi, Hopei, and Hunan. No one really practices the Shanzi or the Hunan methods at all anymore. They've been lost to the ravages of time. Again, to reiterate, it's the Hopei method that you'll see any Hsing practitioner throughout the world practice. But even though it's the same method, with different instructors and different schools, totally different ways of how to portray the art. As silly as it sounds, it's been known to happen. For example, when I do the Pingtian bow, or the metal element stance, sometimes referred to the other Hsing practitioners, you will know this as the Santi Shibu, or the three foundation stance. So if you'll notice, my hips are done, if you will, kind of like at an angle, like a diagonal angle, very comfortable posture. Some Hsing schools will teach this, where they'll be a little bit more egregious in their movement, where they'll come like this, and they'll do something like this, where the hips are squared, more pointing forward linear, like in this manner. I'll do it from this angle. See how my hips are facing towards you more, and the arm is like this? Instead of over here, it's more like this over here. Again, I can't say this is the wrong way because it's not for me to say so. Different Hsing teachers and schools, different methods, how to parlay the art. I just thought it'd be interesting to let you know about that part. Now, with this pretty much it ends this part of the video, and I'll elaborate more about, now we learned the technique, now how to utilize it. In this case, for the health maintenance. I wish you the best of luck with your training, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video throughout the series. Until then, take care of yourself and any and all you know.